Debra Behring Schneider loves helping people. She did so while a student at Catholic Memorial High School, and she continues to do so today. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Debbie was one of 6 Behring girls to graduate from Catholic Memorial. Upon moving to Waukesha from the UP during her sophomore year, Debbie immediately became involved in student council, planning homecoming activities, ski club, and was even homecoming queen her senior year. Debbie's parents led by example in serving others, and while at CMH, Debbie too recognized that she wanted to help others. One of her dearest friends at CMH, Ellen Campbell, had a brother with Down syndrome. Debbie observed Mrs. Campbell's fight for inclusion for Dan, and this had a tremendous impact on her. During her senior year, as part of a work-study class at CMH, she volunteered in a special needs classroom at Randall Elementary, and this was the start of her future as an educator of those with special needs. After graduating from the University of Wisconsin at Whitewater in 1982, Debbie set up the first early childhood special needs classroom in Brillion, Wisconsin. For the past 15 years, Debbie has been working with children in kindergarten through 8th grade as an Orton Gillingham reading tutor at St. Paul's, Genesee. But Mrs. S, as they call her, is no ordinary tutor. She is her students' biggest cheerleader, advocate, and confidence booster. Recently, one of Debbie's former students was asked who she most admired, and without hesitation she said, Mrs. Schneider. She would do anything to help us succeed. A former parent shared that, Mrs. S completely changed the way my son felt about learning, but more importantly, changed the way he felt about himself. He went from feeling that he couldn't learn to feeling as though there was nothing he couldn't do. She did so much more than tutor. She helped her kids realize that there was nothing wrong with them, and they could learn as much as anyone if given the right tools. She helped them find their power and reach their God-given potential in and out of the classroom. As a parent, it is very inspiring to see someone doing exactly what God intended them to do with their life. Deb has used her gift to reach so many children, many of whom would not be who they are today without her influence. Debbie and her husband Brian are active volunteers at St. Paul's Parish in Genesee. She has served as a confirmation teacher as well as an annual host for inner-city kids to make Christmas presents for loved ones. Debbie says that this is the day that truly starts Advent for her family. CMH board member Marcy Hinks Dunlap, class of 1976, shared, whenever one of Deb's school kids sees her after church on Sunday, they run up to her with bright eyes and smiles, and she welcomes each with a twinkle in her eye and a truly heartfelt greeting. Too often, in the competitive world we live in, we celebrate the fastest and the brightest. Debbie treats each child as the precious gift he or she is, and isn't that the Lord's way? Debbie believes her parents, Jim and Pat Behring, gave her a gift by sending her to Catholic Memorial. She is proud that she and Brian were able to give their own sons, Jacob, class of 2005, and Benjamin, class of 2009, the same gift. While a parent at CMH, Debbie was active in Mother's Club, and as an alumna, she has been on the planning committee for several class reunions. Other interests, including reading, cooking, traveling, and spending time with family and friends. Many of those friendships made while a student at CMH. As an alumni parent, Debbie continues to be a tremendous advocate for CMH in the community. Several parents have shared that Mrs. Schneider gave their students the confidence to know they can and will succeed at CMH. She reassured them that CMH staff will always support them on their journey. Debbie says that, my proudest accomplishments are my past and present students who continue to flourish under the loving care of the staff at CMH. Watching them become young adults brings me such joy. As I tell them all the time, they are my gifts from God. For her continued service to the field of education, to St. Paul's Parish, and for her support of her alma mater, Catholic Memorial High School is proud to present the Caritas Service Award to Debra Behring Schneider, class of 1979.